The other week, I made a video trying to fix really bad shiny Pokemon that, in my opinion, were pretty shocking, and I wanted to sort them out so that they didn't look absolutely awful. Now, a comment on that video said, "Is this rage bait? This PMO not gonna lie." This comment was from Louise CHXTL. Now, when I first saw this comment, I was a bit perplexed, to be honest, that my designs were supposedly so bad that someone thought I'd done it intentionally to try and make people angry. And then after I'd done a little bit of thinking, I realized, right, that's it. It's the perfect idea. Instead of fixing bad shiny Pokemon, we're doing the opposite now. We're going to be ruining ones that I think look absolutely incredible. Starting off strong, we have shiny Decidueye. Now, I'm always going to have fond memories for the Alola region because it was the first game that I'd officially owned from the official franchise. Obviously not including any Roblox Pokemon games. I'd played my massive fair share of Project Pokemon and Brick Bronze before RIP. Those both got struck down. This shiny Decidueye, I think, just looks incredible. I love the green, the red, and the black. It just looks so stunning and absolutely beautiful. I love this thing. Which is why for my design, I decided to completely eradicate any of those lower tone colors, and I just gave it a little bit of green and then basically just gave it some light blue and called it a day and said, you know what, that looks pretty good, that looks wonderful. You know, as you can see, it's got a nice little color contrast there. You know, it's very pleasing to the eyes. But don't worry, this is going to progressively get worse as the video goes on, and we're ending on an absolute stinker. Our second one for today is shiny Greninja. As you might find through this video, I quite like when shinies do the whole black thing, and they have, because the brighter colors stand out more. You got that black Greninja, it's looking pretty damn awesome. It looks incredible, even better in the Ash Greninja form, absolutely phenomenal. Which is why, for my version, I decided to tone down and wash out a bit of the blue color and just make the tongue white. And that was what it's done. I did that. I just, you know, I bleaked out some of the colors and added that white on there just to be really aesthetically pleasing, you know, to really give you a wonderful reward for all of your time having to reset your game over and over and over again to get that shiny. I thought this was a phenomenal reward for such a long shiny hunt. Moving on to our next one, we have Metagross. I mean, Metagross is arguably, I think, one of the best shinies ever in the history of Pokemon. Gold and the silver is just honestly phenomenal. Which is why for my version, I went with something that Pokemon themselves seem to like doing sometimes, turning the body green. Just giving it a green tint and making that gold cross just white instead. And that's it. I just made it green. Pokemon seems to like doing this. I think they've done it with what? They've done it with Mankey, they've done it with Machop, a couple others, a lot more that I can't remember at this current moment in time, and I don't like it. So I thought, let's make this Metagross even better. Let's improve the shiny as much as I possibly can. Moving on to our next one, possibly one of the most iconic shinies of all time. Shiny Rayquaza. Just the black, the red, the yellow, it suits everything so well. It stands out and it is beautiful, and it's a great example of giving it that black color but giving it those brighter colors to contrast it. They just suit together so well and they look so goddamn good. Which is why for my version, considering Rayquaza is already green, I'm gonna give it a bit of a yellow tinge to it. We're gonna have a bit of a piss yellow Rayquaza going on. We're gonna have the piss snake, and we got that lovely little green yellow streak going all along that I didn't touch, and then we just have dark green outlines in its mouth. It looks incredible. I mean, I personally look at this and this fills me with joy. This fills me with happiness, and I'm sure anyone would love to use this version compared to the original, because I am incredible at editing photos and this looks a million times better than the original. I'm sure we can all agree right now. Moving on to our second last one here, we have shiny Giratina. I think this is awesome. I think it looks incredible. I think this is a good way to change something very small and not do anything like majorly huge. Kind of, you know, give it a different look that does look really goddamn cool. So for my shiny version, I decided to take a page out of Pokemon once again from their shiny version of Kamou-o, and I decided for my Giratina, I was going to have it have this weird pinky purple sort of body. The stripes on its body and its wings are going to be green, and everything else is just going to be orange, because I mean, it's just a wonderful combination of colors. Honestly, I think that someone who doesn't enjoy this and doesn't like looking at this image, I think they're probably going to have to, you know, maybe have a reality check that they're probably just not good at seeing colors, and they need to relearn the color wheel, to be honest, because this looks incredible. I don't really know how anyone could have anything wrong with it. Now, moving on to our last one, which I think is the most egregious, the easiest to make, but the most egregious, which is once again something that Pokemon have done with their shinies. Shiny Gigalith. Oh my god. This gives me vibes like Ben 10 vibes. I can't even remember what that little crystal dude is called, but it's just giving me those vibes, those sort of diamonds. Like, it's giving great vibes. It's giving Minecraft diamonds. It's incredible, beautiful, and I honestly don't know how anyone couldn't like this. Which is why, obviously, my improved version, I decided to take the original, I increased the saturation on the red diamonds a little bit, and I then increased the overall saturation a little bit, and there we go. If I just put up a comparative image on the screen now compared to the original, this is obviously incredible. I mean, this is exactly what people want to hunt for. This is what people look at, and this is what they're going to point to be the absolute golden star example of incredible shiny Pokemon. Do you enjoy all of my incredible shiny versions of Pokemon? Let me know what you think. Well, that's been all from me today then, and this is Donny. Have a good day, evening or night, wherever you are, and get out.